Good day, beautiful people. This is Natalie Silva with Life Treasures and Golden Moments, where I share with you two stories of miracles and stories of inspiration. Today I'd like to share a story with you of inspiration. It's about counting your blessings, and the name of the story is Shiny Nickels, and it was authored by Garrett Bauman. She had no business being so cheerful. All over the country, people were out of work, losing homes, and being pushed into social services and on the streets. Young people in the college classes I taught were cynical and apathetic. Why study hard when there are no jobs to be had? Was I teaching skills and working ethics that might be meaningless? Was I encouraging false hope? Yet each day in the front row, 45-year-old Betty smiled eagerly. She was a big woman draped in shapeless sweatshirts and baggy jeans. Her gray hair hung straight to her shoulders, and she shuffled around with painful effort of someone who had arthritis. How could she compete in today's dog-eat-dog job market? If anyone should be sour, it should be Betty. But her homework was always done thoroughly, and she waited for class to begin like a horse fidgeting in the starting gate. It wasn't just that she earned straight A's, jumped into every discussion, and did everything for extra research, but she accepted no cynicism or apathy. One time we discussed a story about a man who freed a bird from a zoo hunter's live trap so it could rejoin its mate that hovered in the sky overhead. Betty sighed. I'm glad somebody does things like that. It's beautiful. The young man scoffed. What's one bird more or less? It would have lived longer in captivity. Besides, they'll just catch another one. Do you know how much money people make capturing rare birds? Betty smiled. That's true, but what counts is the moment when the birds meet again in the sky. Picture that and forget the rest. It doesn't matter if hunters catch another one, if the birds die, or if the world explodes. You have to live for those shining moments of why you live. Life is full of loss and death. That's not news. Young people think the world is falling apart, but it's not. I know what real disaster is. My husband died last year. My daughter has kidney disease. We have no health insurance or no income. The young man's face reddened. Betty smiled. No, don't feel bad. How could you know? It's all right. Just because bad stuff happens doesn't mean life is bad. It should teach us to love what is good now. Don't wait for money and success to light up your life. You've got to grab the little shiny moments that come to all of us while they're there. Yes, I thought, that's what I ought to be telling my students and myself. A week later, I saw someone bending deep into the trash bin in the student union. It was common these days for homeless men to comb the college trash for beverage cans redeemable for 5 cents each. But when this person straightened up with 2 cans, it was Betty. I hesitated to greet her. Being caught raiding the trash by her professor might be embarrassing. Heck, it embarrassed me. As I tried to slip by, she noticed me. Her face brightened. Professor, hello! I collect cans between classes. It's my bus fare. It's amazing what people throw away, even in times like this. She dropped the cans into a bag. Actually, it's wonderful. I come to college each day with an empty purse. Not a cent sometimes, but I always find enough cans for bus fare and sometimes lunch, too. They're waiting for me every day. Suppose you can't find enough? She laughed and she shrugged. I could hike home if I had to, I guess. But they just keep coming. What a person needs is usually there if you search hard. I told her that if she ever fell short, to stop by my office. She smiled. See, now I have bus fare insurance. I drew her aside from the steaming crowd. You know what you said in class last week really hit those young people hard. They've been writing about it. You made them see things differently. Me too, I admitted. I'm glad. Maybe even suffering can do some good. I'm so sorry about your husband. Oh, I won't lie. For a long time I was broken without him, broken in pieces, and it's been horrible trying to survive. He died 2 months before qualifying for his pension, and of course the health insurance expired when we needed it most. I'm lucky I still have him to hang on to. What do you mean? She smiled. I love him so much, just like always. Every night I think about how we'd lie in bed and read and talk, and sometimes until 3 a.m. We owned a rickety old house, but we had dreams. Oh, such shiny dreams. You can't ever take that away from a person who wants to hold on to it. I'm alone in the apartment now, but we're still in love and married. It's just that he's dead. We'll meet again someday, just like the birds in the story. What will you do about your daughter? The doctor says her kidneys might last another 5 years. I'd give her one of mine, but we don't match. We'll just have to see what happens. I can't control what fate brings. I can only control how I respond to it. So why choose misery? Isn't it wonderful enough just to have lived, to have felt and seen and tasted life? Bill and I made sure our daughter did that. She won't die without having lived. I suggested several agencies that might help with her daughter's medical bills. Oh, I know them, she said. We're working on that. And here I am at my age starting college to get a decent job. She laughed. Bill would love that. These young people don't think jobs are out there, but you can find one if you look hard and aren't afraid to get dirty. There's a job out there that I'll find. She shook her bag so the cans rattled. These aren't garbage. They're not recyclable aluminum. They're shiny nickels. Anne Frank was once quoted as saying, I don't think of all the misery, but of the beauty that still remains. So, dear people, that is the message of the day. Go out there and find those shiny nickels. There's plenty out there, just look around. This is Natalie Silva with Life Treasures and Golden Moments. Until next time, take care, have a beautiful week, and may God bless.